This is Harley Hartwell, and you're listening to the Case Closed Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 40th edition of the Case Closed Podcast. My name is D-Wall, and we have a huge show lined up for you guys today. Today, we're doing another roundtable discussion for our 40th show, and we have, I have a few special guests, and I'll have them introduce themselves.
Hello, I'm Chris. I'm part of Infinity Productions. I'm Dylan. I'm also part of Infinity Productions. And we also have our voice actor for Genta.
Right, that's me, Bastion.
And yeah. Glad to be here.
He's Bastion didn't really want to be here. Forced him to.
Yeah,
I'm just No, we're just kidding. But we have a great show, you guys. I promised I'd have some guests here. Obviously, I couldn't get a lot of people in like I wanted to, but this is okay. Just a little small setting, no big deal. So, as usual, we have a lot to discuss. There's a lot of news that came out today. The biggest news, however, was the announcement that Detective Conan is going to have a remake of Episode 1 coming up. A 2-hour remake. And that one is going to be very, very exciting. And I heard through the grapevine that Infinity Productions over here is going to be doing that one.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
Oh my.
We felt like we wanted
It's progress.
to just give the viewers, if they wanted to watch the beginning of the Case Closed show, if they want to watch it with our voice actors, if you want to watch our version of the dub, then if we dub that first episode, or the episode 1 whole thing, and then they would get to know what the show is all about, and then continue on to our Black Files.
yeah, and by the way, great job with the Black Files. I really enjoy the episodes.
Thank you.
I don't know if I've said this. I've said this to Professor C. I haven't said this to you guys, but your Agasa is almost spot on. I don't know if you noticed this, but he is whoever you got to do Agasa is like near spot on with how he sounds in the actual English dub. It's amazing.
Yeah, thank you. It's a funny story, actually, because he doesn't think he does a very good job at it, and we keep.
I don't know where he's been hearing that from. I don't know where he's been hearing that.
Yeah.
Obviously, he hangs around the wrong kind of people if they get him to believe that he's not doing a good job, because he's doing a wonderful job.
Yeah. Tell him. Exactly.
The way I look at it is we could all always be doing better, but regardless, we're still doing pretty good.
Yeah.
So.
Always room for improvement as well. Exactly.
Oh yeah, there's always room for improvement in everything. Even the dubs that we're doing is always, even with what we're doing, we're striving to get better and better as time goes on. I mean, that's just the way it is. Nothing Earth is perfect. So,
right.
Hey. But it's still a good job, and that 2-hour special is going to be pretty good. I'm expecting some big things from it. From what I understand, it's going to tell everything leading up from when Shinichi broke Rand's cell phone and promised to take her to Tropical Land. And I'm guessing we're going to get more backstory on Hybra and Jin, which that's going to be great, because there's always been a bunch of theories on what's really going on with them, and we hopefully find out about that. Things like that. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, because it's also covering stuff that wasn't in the original manga, because it's not just dubbing, it's not just remaking that one episode, it's adding so much more into it. So yeah, I hope we get to see a lot more background with the whole like Hybra and Jin situation, because they weren't even in the show, where they didn't even introduce Hybra until like 120 something. So it'd be cool to see where she was at that time while she was still in the organization.
Isn't like Ghost Ryoma directing it?
He is directing
so
it.
it's like,
Yeah,
it's
he's
non-canon.
overseeing every aspect of this special, everything. So we can expect that everything that he's wanted to tell us, he's probably going to tell us, and he may hold some things back still. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
definitely.
sure. It's Gosha, so I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure he's going to tease us a little bit, but then he's going to be like, no, they're not ready for the whole story just yet. And it's like,
Yeah.
I'm
Yep.
not waiting another 10 years, Gosho. I'm not waiting another 15 years. I love the
need
show,
another-
yeah. Give me another. You give me another 15 years, I don't know how much longer I can take this, man.
Yeah.
It's rough.
It's
Yeah.
rough being a guy that it's rough being fans, but yet you know that they're still going to have to go through another 10 years of this, and you're going to be 30, and you're going to have kids, and they're going to be able to watch it, yeah, but you're going to be sitting there, and you're going to be old man, and you're going to be like, I remember this when I was like 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, it's
I
still
already
going
feel
on.
like that.
Yeah. Is it going to end? I don't think so.
Well, certainly not. Yeah.
We're sitting
Well,
there
and
waiting still.
there's another aspect I was thinking of. So they're remaking the first episode into 2 hours, right? So
Right.
what are they gonna go with? Just the animation that they're doing right now in the show, or are they gonna do better animation like a movie?
It looks like it's going to be like in movies.
That'd be
It's-
awesome.
Just from the poster and the teaser, it's looking like it's going to be like completely redone
Mhm.
and new
That's really cool.
animation. And mostly the animation will be new. The backstory is going to be something we haven't seen yet. Obviously, we're going to see the same scenes, maybe slightly different dialogue, but it's going to be similar to the first episode.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, like I said, that's why I'm really looking forward to this, because it's going to be something different.
Yeah.
And it's celebrating the 20th anniversary of the series.
Yeah.
So, Ghost Show is really going to pull out all the stops to make this memorable, I think.
Yeah, and as far as like, this is my personal opinion, but we were talking about how much longer the show is going to last. I am almost to the point where I'm ready for it to like wrap up in a couple of hundred episodes. If like, I don't think the new episodes are as good as the old episodes, and I mean, I know there's a lot of filler right now, and all the ones involving main characters that aren't touched on like every episode, like, and it's been so long since I've even seen some of the characters in the show that I can't even remember their names. You know, central characters, God, I can't remember their names, but man, I can't remember her name. I guess that just makes my point.
Yeah, I think it does. But I think it's a thing of where it's gone on so long, you got to be a real diehard fan to keep
Yeah.
interest.
Hey, we want
And-
answers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think that with the manga File 1000 is coming up, and I think that's going to be a very crucial turning point, because we
Definitely.
have no clues at all as to what is going to be planned for that.
Do you think like
None.
Ron is gonna be involved with that? Like,
I think that it's leading. I said this before. I think we're getting up to like that 5-year point where it's like it's almost over,
Yeah.
because now they're talking about the boss more. They're talking about the number 2 guy in the organization. They're talking
Yeah.
about the history with Sarah and how they're connected with Conan and Rand.
Mhm.
So
Mary, the unknown child.
Mary,
Yeah.
yeah. So I think it's getting close.
At the same time,
I'd give it another 5 to 10 years.
yeah. At
Probably.
the same time, they are so able to stretch out the show. It's
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
Like
The manga
they-
will probably end then in about 5 to 10 years, but the anime is going to keep going unless they skip over the filler and they just end the anime.
It
Yeah, I
technically
think that's
just
a fair assessment.
it technically could just like go on forever. Like even when like the show does end, like there's always like cases, because those are those people who really look forward to the storyline, and then there's also the group of people that really love the cases. So
That's
the show
me.
could technically go on forever and just keep making cases, but the people who want answers, you know, they want answers.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And because the other thing to consider is how big it is in Japan.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you go everywhere you go, you see statues, you see freaking airports,
hmm
Yeah.
restaurants, it's amazing
Yeah.
over there. Like a freaking airport is completely modeled after it. I'm sitting here, I'm like, man, I want to go to that airport.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine that somewhere in the United States, just having a Detective Conan airport, a case closed airport? That'd be
Yeah.
awesome.
Freaking cool.
It's true. And they're
Like-
much more they're congregated together. Like Japan is so much like that's one of our states over here. Japan is so small, so it's such a concentration of art and just celebration of that everywhere.
Yeah.
It's good to see.
They hold that to a high standard over there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like, I think Detective Conan is like the mascot of their police force and stuff over there.
Is
Mm.
it really?
That actually,
I think so. I
That would
think
make
so.
sense. But
yeah, it's true. That's actually like pretty interesting.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, over the years, it's like, Jimmy's not even the main character anymore. It's Conan.
No, not
Yeah.
even close.
Yeah.
hmm
Jimmy's a side character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, that makes sense.
I think maybe they have stayed away too long in the anime from some of the main plot points.
Right.
Um, it's a little too scattered out because when you talked about Jimmy, I was like, all right, when was the last time, like, really thought about that? I mean, I think it was either the last episode or the one before that. There's a part where Ran gets suspicious for a second, and I was like, this is what I want to see. I want to see, you know,
I wanna
glimmers of
see
the
her-
old show.
Mhm.
Yeah, I want to see her, like, I want to see a twist where she knows, but he's still a kid,
Yeah.
and it's like,
Mhm.
she's working with him to keep his secret and stop the organization because it wasn't his fault.
Yeah.
I'd like to
That'd
see
be
that.
interesting.
That would be something right there.
I feel like
Especially like at the end of the show, like right at the end or something, to
I
help.
don't want to wait that long though. I mean, that'd
Either.
be nice.
yeah.
That'd be nice, but it's kind of like you already know that's going to happen. You
Yeah.
know, you
Yeah.
already know that's going to happen at the end anyway. That she's going to find out the truth.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
why not just do it
that's-
on a big scale?
Like, Ghost Tribe Otoman knows the ending of the show. So,
Mhm.
Yeah, there's like a couple. We already can theorize in our head. There's a number of there's a pretty good idea of how this show's going to end.
Mhm.
yeah.
You know, so just take it in a different direction until then.
Yeah.
If you're going to drag it out, make it interesting.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
back to what Bastion said before about the whole show being stretched out. I feel
Yeah.
like they need to start condensing everything and make it like a concentration of episodes that develop characters and like important storylines. Like you didn't know everything about Akai Shuichi until like you first saw him in like the 200s, and then you finally just learned mostly everything about him in Scarlet. So that like they need
Yeah,
to
it's
like start
incredible.
condensing everything more.
Yeah.
It's like the anime. I think the anime's gotten so popular that these anime originals are only there for the popularity factor because
Yeah.
they're there for the ratings and things like that.
Mhm.
They're not there to advance stories. They're there because you need ratings for your show. And if it was just the story, the main story, then the show would end. The show would have ended already.
Yeah, because there's always like casual viewers who would just turn on TV and be like, "Oh, Detective Conan's on." They're just like,
Yeah, because it's a kids show up there.
Yeah.
And
In Japan.
and if there were no fillers, we'd already be caught up, and we'd have to wait longer for episodes until
Yeah,
the
that's
mangas
another
come
thing.
out.
Yeah.
We have to wait till Gosho writes it in the manga, and then they have to translate it to an anime, and then there you go.
Mhm. But even like still, like isn't the manga like a year ahead technically? Like if you think about it,
I've-
because I've looked at the
At
recent
least
files.
at least 8 to 12 months ahead.
Yeah, because I looked at the files and I'm like, man, there's like a whole lot up until like the last anime episode and up until the last manga file. I'm like, there's a lot of gap in there. So like sometimes they even like take breaks and stuff. I'm like, they can just they can just animate all of that at once. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, and that's what I said. That's why I said that. That's why I said that there should be like, even when the manga's over, there's still gonna be that 6 to 8 months that's still gonna be there for the show.
Right.
So even when the anime is gonna keep going even when the manga stops.
Right.
I mean, I
Mhm.
think Naruto was the same way. But I think they ended it off with a movie though.
I know. I'm pretty sure there was a manga written for the epilogue of that, but I don't know too much about it.
Yeah, I think there was a manga written for that, and it's supposed to get an anime adaptation too.
Right. I know
The
there's.
epilogue is.
I think are there 2 Boruto movies? I can't remember. There was like the last Naruto movie, and yeah, I thought there was another, but maybe I'm wrong.
I think it's just one.
Gotcha.
I haven't followed Naruto in quite a while,
Me either.
but it's been a while. But anyway, so yeah, I think that's where it's gonna go.
Yeah.
We still haven't figured out about the whole significance of Rand's birthday either, because remember that was supposed to be a big thing.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, Gosho said like, Rand's birthday is going to be something very important, and it hasn't happened yet. So maybe that's what File 1000 is going to be.
Yeah,
Has
that could
she-
be true.
Has she ever had a birthday on the show before?
So
I don't
it's-
think
it's
so.
dragged out for 20-something years, but like in the show itself, it's
Yeah.
only aged like 3 months.
Yeah.
Conan should be back to Shinichi at this point. Like,
I mean,
Yeah,
it's-
and then some.
it's like I don't see how all this is like tied in over 20 years, and he's still. It's like there's no way this all could go on in like a year.
they live in some alternate dimension or something.
Definitely.
yeah.
I think that's what all animes are.
Yeah.
To be
Same with
honest. I mean,
certain
look at
shows.
freaking Pokemon.
Yeah.
Let's see how many.
Ash
Let's see how many people. How many people have raged over the fact that Ash hasn't grown up yet? I mean, we're going into it. I mean, this. Just warn you, if you haven't noticed already, this podcast is going to go all over the place. But the whole thing with the new Pokemon anime is getting everybody up in arms because it's like the animation's different, and and you should have seen the backlash that happened when Ash didn't win the Kalos League. Oh my gosh!
I think
When
I
he
recall
didn't win
something
that
about
league, everybody was pissed. Everybody was mad.
Yeah.
They're like, why has he not won yet? Now was the time. You should have had Ash win, and then he lost, and it's like, ugh.
Of course.
Like, you could have had him win and then go on to somebody different.
Mhm.
But no.
Yeah,
Ash is your
is-
main seller.
Yeah, I wonder when his journey is ever going to end.
It's,
I mean, at
it's
some
just
point,
like Conan. It's not going to end anytime soon.
right? As far as the character, though, like, do you think they'll ever retire that character?
I don't. I
Like,
don't.
As long as the games come out, then the anime is bound to keep going.
Right, the anime can keep going, but the
anime
character
can keep
Ash.
going, but just
Oh, but Ash himself.
make
Right.
Ash win. Let Ash win one league, and then he's like, okay, I'm gonna go on and do this now. I finally won a league championship. I'm the greatest trainer of all time, even though I haven't won any leagues at all. Like, how can you call yourself the greatest when you haven't won anything? That's what I'm wondering.
He's
How
the
can
gym
Ash-
killer, dude. He's the
Huh?
gym killer.
Yeah.
He beats all the gyms, but
Yeah, he's a gym killer.
he's above
We should-
average. That's
You,
it.
should you get that trending, everybody. Ash the gym killer. Write that down, because that's exactly what it is. He goes and he conquers all the gyms, but then he goes to the leagues and he loses. It's like, okay, why did we give you those 8 badges then? If you aren't good enough to, you're good enough to handle the 8 leagues, but you're not good enough for the league championship. Okay,
Yeah.
Nope.
all right. That makes a whole lot of sense. Thank you, Pokemon. Thank you, Pokemon, for giving us a life lesson.
Yeah.
Yeah, you may succeed in the 8 tests, but when you get to the final exam, you're gonna fail every single time. Great. That's a great message for kids.
It just
Great.
happens over and over in each series.
Exactly.
Yeah, maybe it's
If
just
at
more
first-
about the journey, not the destination, you know?
Yeah, that's what they. If that journey keeps taking you to failure, then why keep going?
Ouch.
Or roast Ash Ketchum.
Yeah, don't blame me. Blame Pokemon, because that's what they're teaching the kids.
Exactly.
The kids are just too young to understand it. But us being, me being 23, and I'm sure a bunch of, us 20-year-olds in here, we are old enough to understand that Pokemon is teaching our kids a double standard.
Exactly.
And it is wrong. Okay? It is wrong. That's probably why we don't watch it anymore.
Probably.
It is like we don't want to
We've
be
caught
taught
on.
these double standards. Okay?
I stopped watching because I felt like, well, I mean, I got into the games, and I was into the games.
I'm still into the games. The games are fine because at least on the games you actually win.
Right.
At least
It
in the
got-
games you win.
At a
You're
certain
the-
point, unless you really, really love it, it gets repetitive at a certain point. Whereas, like, Case Closed, at least, like, the way the case happens is completely different, and it feels like a completely different substance, but where, it's episode to
At least
episode
it
and
has
Pokemon
memorable
it.
episodes you can go back and say, man, I missed that. I'm gonna watch that
Yeah.
10 more times.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, their
Pokemon
case
is
is
like,
explicit.
man,
Pokemon.
Pokemon's like, man, I missed that. It's not like I want to see Ash lose over and over.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Make
Of
me
course I
keep
remember
making
the
me
film.
feel bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep making me feel bad, Pokemon, because that's what you've been doing for the last 20-something years. You didn't hook Ash up with Misty because that was everybody's childhood, right? Nobody that's watching this can sit and tell me that they didn't think that Ash and Misty belonged together, because they did.
Yeah,
And you know
that's just a message.
That was
She's
the
free.
message,
She's
and it never
available.
happened.
The
They
She's
didn't do
available
that.
for-
They
She's
didn't
available to everybody to fantasize.
Exactly. You didn't get Brock hooked up with Nurse Joy or Officer Jenny at all, even though that was funny. Even that was the funniest part of the whole show, to be honest. Bring Brock back, please. Bring Brock back.
Yeah, we need Brock back.
That's easy for me to say.
Mhm.
Try saying that 5 times fast, people.
Bring Brock back. Bring Brock back.
You didn't, and you definitely didn't hook Ash up with Serena, because that was the relationship at this
Exactly.
point. She had a backstory. She had a reason to like him. He had a reason to like her, and they just didn't do anything with it.
Even like in the game too. Like,
Yeah, and they didn't do anything with it. Why?
yeah.
Why, Pokemon? Why you gotta lead us along like
Because
that?
it's for kids.
Yeah, kids don't understand the concept of a relationship. I'm sorry, but
It's true.
us 20-year-olds understand that.
Yeah, I got you, man.
At least some of us do. I'm just saying. Nowadays, it's hard to keep a relationship with people. That's for
This is true. This is all
numerous
true.
reasons. That's new for numerous reasons that we'll leave for Dr. Phil and all those other talk shows. We're not them, and we
Thanks,
don't want it.
Dr. Phil. We need your help.
We don't want to have Dr. Phil come talk about a problem. That's not what this is about. This is about Case Closed.
He's not even a real doctor.
Is this
Dr. Phil
about
just
Case
sad.
Closed?
I don't know if he's a real doctor or not. Let's be honest. He may have a degree, but still, I mean,
If you're
it's like
talking-
Dr. Oz. Is
If you're-
Dr. Oz a real doc? Dr. Oz at least is a real doctor.
Yeah.
He's a real doctor. The doctors on that show, the doctors are real doctors.
Mhm.
Definitely.
But, has Dr. Phil showed his thing on TV? I don't think so.
No.
And if he has, I haven't seen it because I don't want to.
Well, he has a book,
No.
so if you wrote a book, that
Right.
means you're God.
Yeah,
Yeah.
apparently if you write a
Living
book,
life.
you're an actual... Apparently you're a real doctor if you write a book.
Yeah, exactly.
So when I publish my book, will that make me a doctor?
Of course.
Because
This is
my
all
book's
true.
my book is ready to go. If I haven't told anybody this yet,
Of course.
I'm probably gonna talk about it here in a little bit. I'm not gonna pop that up, but when I put my book up to self-publish and stuff like that, and I get everybody to buy it, does that mean I'm a doctor? Because I'm not.
No.
I'm not.
Well, you have to
I'm
be.
not.
You just have to have the title doctor and then say, "Oh, I have a book," and then you're like,
Yeah, you
"Oh,
just put the DR period next to your first name, and that's what makes you a
Dr.
doctor.
D-Wall. Read the Dr. D-Wall's book."
Yeah, exactly.
If you're just
I'm the
tuning in,
doctor that-
welcome to
I'm
the
the
Case
doctor
Closed
that's
podcast.
I think I'm the doctor. I think that's what it is. I'm Dr. D-Wall, and I'm gonna prescribe you to watch this podcast.
Yeah.
No. But no. We went completely off topic.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Let's get back on track.
wait.
Case closed.
Way off. But no. But that remake is gonna be pretty good.
Yeah. I have a
the fact
question.
That,
How do you think the show is gonna end? Do you think it's gonna have a saga like Clash of Red and Black? Like like 15 some odd episode
that's
long.
how I would do it.
Yeah.
Because it's going to take that long to explain all that happened through the 20, 30 years in the series.
Yeah.
The
Trying to
last-
condense that down into one, either that or a movie.
Mhm.
Either way, it's going to have to end now. Either a saga or it can't have to be one.
I want a 50 episode saga to end.
Yes.
Like,
The non-filler 50 episode saga.
That would be great.
yes,
Now-
please.
And then the last 10 or 12
Greatest
are
finale
specials.
ever.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then a movie to end off the show.
And then a movie.
A
Movie
recap
for the
everything
epilogue,
that
at
happened in the
least.
entire show.
Epilogue movie.
Speaking of movies, I don't think we've seen the newest movie yet, right? Because it hasn't been
Oh.
released yet for
Uh,
the DVD.
I don't know when that's going to be released.
The DVD is going to be released October 5th.
Okay, so we should expect it in like 2-3 months.
Yeah. I'm
After
pretty
that,
excited
so
for it.
yeah, from what I heard, the 20th movie got the highest grossing sales in Japan of any movie,
Yeah.
of any Detective
Oh,
Conan,
yeah, I think I remember that, yeah.
which is amazing.
Yeah. Good for
Absolutely. I mean, I said this, I believe I said this when I first heard about it, that it's a 20th anniversary movie, and there was no way that this movie was going to disappoint. There's no way it was going to disappoint, and it didn't disappoint.
Because
If it was the highest grossing movie of all of the other 19 movies, that's saying something.
and it actually involves the black organization and stuff. I think that is a big part of it because
Yeah.
frankly, like, I love this show, but as I said, I'm not a fan of where the show is right now.
Yeah.
And so to get everybody into the theaters, I think they had to add some mainline stuff in there.
Well, the thing is, depending on no matter what we feel about the show and the direction it's going, it's not losing its popularity.
Oh yeah, if anything,
It's still one of the top-rated shows on their cable network over there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're not going anywhere. And we can sit here all day long and say that, oh, I don't like the direction, but apparently that doesn't matter to Japan because
Yeah, it doesn't
Japan,
matter to
they're
them.
making their money. They're making their money. The kids are loving it. Even though I don't know why a kid would watch a guy get brutally mutilated or whatever, but hey,
I was one of those kids. I love
Yeah.
the show.
hey, let's all be fair. Everybody listening to this podcast right now, you cannot sit here and tell me that 10 years ago, 12 years ago now, 12 years ago when the Case Closed first started and you saw that mutilated body and you were sitting there, you're like 8, 9 years old, you didn't go into the room and say, "Mommy, what is that?" That's a dead body. That's a dead body, honey.
He was stabbed 17 times.
He was stabbed 17 times. I saw the bath episode when the woman had no clothes on and she just had a bathrobe, brutally murdered. And it's like, you get your kids to watch this?
I was like, holy moly. Yeah, I think I was...
I was
Let's see.
exposed to a naked woman's body. I'm too young for this. Please.
Too late. I need my
I guess
innocence.
that's why it was on Adult Swim now. I think I understand it.
I was like 13 or 14 when I first saw it, and I was like, this is the coolest stuff. I saw it on Toonami, or the late night thing that they were doing at the time where, they were showing the English dub. My dad didn't like the, like, Roger, his name's Roger.
Richard.
God.
Yeah, you do that, and I just want to put this out passion. You do that every time. It's the funniest thing.
Yeah, I know.
I can't imagine Richard's name being Roger.
I know, it sounds bad. I don't know why. But Yeah, I saw it
I'm
there.
gonna be stuck on that now.
My dad didn't like that, like, Richard would, like, punch him in the head or whatever when he was,
Oh,
like,
okay.
did do something. And I was
Yeah.
like, it's funny. But, no, the cases, and it's so different from anything else I saw.
Yeah.
So, hooked.
And you know, I think that's what drew us to it, was that it was different.
Yeah.
It was something different. It was something, because
It's got a main storyline that
a
in the
kid
beginning was touched
kid
on.
solving mysteries. I mean, that's something that any young kid
Yeah.
would gravitate around. So you know, it's no. The only thing that a lot of people seem to not like is the fact that the detective boys are in almost every episode now.
Oh, yeah.
It's-
Our voice
well,
actor.
Let's just get the elephant out of the room right now.
It
Even
goes
though
to three.
it's probably too big to fit through the door. Let's talk about it anyway. The
They do
detective
this-
boys in nearly every freaking show.
Yeah.
Mm, but they-
Because, I mean, let's be honest. No offense to Bastion over here who plays against it all, but let's be fair here. What storyline purpose will they serve at the end of this whole thing?
Exactly.
I'll be
They're just
interested.
gonna be
That's
there.
what I'm wondering. Yeah, sure, they were
Maybe-
in the first show, but are they
Oh.
really going to be involved in anything that the Black
Imagine-
organization?
That would be actually pretty
Imagine-
cool though.
Like Mitsuhiko.
I could
Imagine
see
they get-
them being sacrifices to the great ending of the war that's going to happen. I can see that. I can see Gosho being that sick and twisted to be like, we're just going to kill them all, just to make Conan even angry,
And kill
I'm
him.
just to
thinking,
give him more of a reason to go after them.
I'm thinking they'll get kidnapped.
Probably
That'd
that.
be fun too.
Probably that. They're not going to kill him off because the kids love him over in Japan.
It would be cool if they actually found out that Conan was Shinichi or Jimmy.
Oh, that would be
I
cool.
just
Yeah.
thought of that now. That would be kind
And
of.
he has to
They're,
make
like,
them
freaked
keep the
out.
secret.
Yeah.
What would
Yeah.
Amy think?
Oh, Amy would.
Amy's
faint.
like, whoa.
I was in love with a 16
Amy will like him more. Amy will like him more.
Probably. You know how they are in Japan.
Oh,
You know how they could be.
yep.
It wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility.
No,
He grows up. Amy comes up to him. I still love you.
no.
Get out.
There was
So
one
illegal.
episode. How much have you all seen up to where it is now in the anime?
Bits and pieces.
Yeah, I mean, I
Okay.
stopped where movie 20 came out. I kind of paused watching the anime until that's subbed, and then I'm gonna continue watching. But I'm still in like the 800 portion, so.
Gotcha.
But
Yeah. Those episodes are rough, man. They're
Yeah.
rough.
I mean, is
Warning.
it boring?
Yeah, warning,
They're
boring.
mostly anime
Yes.
originals, though.
Yeah,
there's a
odd.
lot.
there's a lot in
And I
that.
mean,
And the only way you
space.
can tell if it's like an actual manga episode is if you go to Detective Conan at the Detective Conan Translation Project and you look at their anime schedule
Mhm.
or the Reddit page or whatever.
Or the wiki page.
Yeah, their
as if
wiki.
it's canon.
See their you see the anime schedule, and if you see it says based off manga file this and this, and then it's like, okay, now I'll watch it.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's nothing against the show.
Mhm.
It's just that sometimes the anime originals, because I don't think the anime originals are overseen by Gosho.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't think so.
And I saw like when it switches to a new opening, I'm like, really, that season's over? Not really anything.
Oh,
happened.
another thing. The freaking openings and closings. Those epic ones we used to get, and now we're getting those childish kitty ones.
Yeah, the new one.
I like the London
Am
one.
I watching Case Closed or am I watching Sesame Street? Am I going back to PBS Kids now? Is that what this is going? Because I don't like it.
All
The
of
newest
opening
one
ones-
is not bad. The newest
The
one
ending.
is
The newest
actually
one is
good.
pretty good.
Yeah. that
The
was
last
good.
ending that I saw was too kiddie.
The ending for the newest ones are not that great, but the openings with like London and shit are actually.
Yeah, that was-
those
I
are
liked
good
it.
ones.
The London one was really good.
The one where they're
The
like
one
all playing
with,
instruments and dancing. That's like.
Yeah, it's like
funny.
Okay, what is this?
like, come on now. This show is not about singing and dancing. It's about people being murdered and going after an organization that may or may not want to take over the world.
Yeah, they
What
should be
do you-
drumming on human skulls or something. Come
Yeah,
on.
like, come on now.
Actually, like,
What I get that it's like a kid's show in some people's eyes in Japan, but you have to remember that there's people in the States that are like 23 or 24 looking at this and it's like, what the hell are you doing?
Exactly.
What are you doing?
And actually,
What are you turning?
I've heard that some of the endings or openings, they actually sum up some manga cases. Like they like, I think the one right before the newest one with like the baby or like the child Ron and Shinichi, I think that like sums up, or doesn't sum up, but it touches on a manga case. I've actually heard that from.
They were supposed to do that in the anime episode though.
Yeah, I heard
that
about
thing
that too.
where Ran and Shinichi first met in like preschool or something like
Yeah.
that. They were supposed to do that show, and they haven't done it yet.
Mhm.
They haven't done it.
Yeah. Well,
And
there
it's,
is.
and it's making a lot of people upset because they really wanted to see it.
Yeah, we saw like one childhood episode. There's at
Now,
least
the
one
only-
childhood episode with
Now
Kano,
that
or
I'm thinking about it,
Shinichi.
the only thing that I can see them not doing it for is they might have it for the. Well, actually, no. I'm going to stop myself there because it's not going to be for the 2-hour special. But they're going to have to do it at some point.
Mhm.
They're going to do it at some point.
Well,
don't know
I
when.
mean, just think of it this way: if they didn't do it now, they're probably saving it for a better time, or where it would fit better.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I don't know.
So
what
it's
that
not
better-
like they're definitely
what
not
better
doing
time
it.
is it? That's the question. Because I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't know what a better time would be.
Uh,
Because that is a critical part of the whole storyline.
mhm.
Alright,
So
at
it's
this
like-
point, I gotta sign off for the rest of the podcast.
I'm
So-
gonna still be
Yeah,
here,
sure.
but Chris has to go for now. So
Thank you for having me, D-Wall.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah.
Zagreus.
Alright, see you later.
all right. So now I am here.
Well, alrighty.
Now-
Three's Company.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm looking at the Detective Conan World wiki page
Right.
now, and I'm looking, and the whole first contact thing that we just talked about is still hasn't been used yet. But I'm thinking it may happen here soon
I hope so.
because right now they're in the whole zombie case now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so yeah,
Which I actually like. I kind of like these episodes actually. But I tend to like any episode with Heiji in it. So
Right. Yeah, I haven't personally
I
seen
think-
these episodes, but from what I've heard from other people, these are you can tell that they're like more work put into them. Like I guess like they tell a story a little bit better.
well, here's the thing. I'm looking right now, and they've had 816 through 821 was just anime originals, and then a few times back, like late last year, they had 794 through 803 be.
Yeah,
And it's like,
that's like
why?
That's like a 3-month period of just anime original.
It's
isn't that
like,
half
why?
a season or something?
That's pretty.
That's
yeah.
like that's at least a quarter of the season you have just TV originals, and it's like nobody wants to see that. I mean,
Exactly.
back it's like 610 through 628.
Mhm.
It was all manga cases,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, I
it's like,
remember-
why can't we
yeah.
do that again?
I remember the reason I think I actually stopped watching Naruto for a while and then just kind of never got back into it. I kept up with the manga a little bit, but it was because the fillers were just so boring.
Yeah.
The
Like,
Clash of
personal
Red and Black
viewpoint,
series was all manga.
mhm.
Mhm.
I love those arcs where they just episode after episode after
Yeah.
episode.
I
So
feel like-
fun.
Nowadays, I think it's hard to like even get a 2-episode manga, a 2-episode stint like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, why?
This is
You
the
know.
first like 3-parter episode in a while. Like, I don't remember what the last 3-part episode was, but we're in a 3-parter right now.
Yeah. I mean that's good.
Yeah. That is pretty good. I still need to go back and watch a few.
Mhm.
But after that, it's going to be apparently it's going to be another TV original after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not more than one.
I don't. I only know one right. I only see one right now.
Mhm.
I'm
Like-
interested. I'm gonna have to go and see which episodes are not from the manga because I kind of want to be able to judge them based on just being in the anime. Like, oh, I actually like that one. You know what I mean?
Well, there might be some good ones, but
Yeah.
that's few and far between from what
I'm assuming I don't like most of them.
Yeah.
That's.
There's
I
a-
mean, you had to go and judge.
Mhm. There are a few episodes that I would say I would actually find boring.
Oh, yeah.
I enjoy almost every episode in some capacity. But,
Like, there's actually like a
yeah.
very small handful of anime originals that I like. Like, when I'm not looking at the wiki page or anything and I see an episode, I'm like, wow, this was actually pretty interesting, and I find out it's an anime original. I'm like, wow, that was... I wasn't
they did a good
expecting
job.
that.
Underwhelming.
Good job on that one. I
Yeah.
know one specifically, I'm not sure if you guys remember, it was when Hybra was kidnapped, I think, and she was, like, being held in this one house, and it was, like, this girl, because, like, since she likes animals, she, like, goes to this girl's house to, like, see her cat or something, and it turns out, like, she kidnapped her, and, like, I thought that was very interesting. I don't know,
Yeah,
that
there's-
just stuck in my mind.
There's a lot of kidnappings, but I think I think I'd instantly remember it if I like saw a little bit of the episode. But I
Yeah.
find, I mean, I'm almost ready. I think to just watch the series over again because
Mhm.
like I said before, sometimes when I watch the episodes that were dubbing or like abridging, I'm like, oh wow, I did not remember that or this, and it's
Mhm.
like I can experience all the cases over again, even though I've already seen them all.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's also like what our show is, because the Black Files, and I guess even the Abridged, but mostly the Black Files, we're doing the episodes that kind of most of the audience prefer, like the strict case development, character development, suspense, all
You're
of
doing
that.
what people actually wish the series was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's pretty much what we're doing. We're taking the first initiative at that, and
And here's the thing, Gosho originally didn't think the anime would get this big.
oh yeah, I heard
Yeah.
he only expected to get like one season. But
Yeah, exactly. Like most animes these days. Can you imagine if it was just one season?
Nothing
Can
would
you
be
imagine
explained.
that?
I remember for like the longest time, when I first started watching Detective Conan, I was introduced by my brother. He had all like the discs for Case Closed. He had all the box sets, and I faintly remember these cases, but we would watch that, and I was like so interested in it, and I was like upset that we came to like 130 or some odd number, and I'm like, man, we didn't really get anywhere. Why did it end? And then a few
Everybody-
years later, I'm like, oh wait a minute, there is more. And then
Yeah.
I finally actually got into it. I'm like, dude,
That's the
if-
thing that everybody was upset about, was the
Yeah.
fact that it didn't end after Hybura's introduction, because if it did, then fine. I would have been okay with that.
I think they just missed the cutoff mark. I think if they dubbed
Mm-hmm.
the Hybrid introduction, I'm pretty sure the ratings would probably go back up.
Yeah,
I-
they would have
yeah.
at least a little bit.
Yeah. But I was so happy that I actually found, I'm like, wow, there actually is a story to it that, you know, it's very interesting. So,
And maybe that's just like the cold hard truth is that it just is niche in America. It's not it. I mean, people love mysteries and stuff, but the show is very Japanese.
yeah, and it's so hard to westernize it. You can't, like, half the
Yeah.
episodes are based off of Japanese puns. Like, how are you going to do that?
Yeah,
So,
Like-
switching letters and so yeah.
I remember when we were talking with me and Professor C were talking with Kevin M. Connolly, who is the voice of Harley.
right.
We had that interview. And if you haven't seen those interviews, by the way, they're on our channel
hmm
right now. Really great stuff. A really great guy to talk to.
hmm He seems like it.
and-
Seems very personal.
Yeah. And we talked with him about that very same thing.
hmm
And he said when he was doing the movie 4, when they were doing like the later episodes of the series before they canceled it,
Right.
they tried to dub over Harley's hometown. and make it like Seattle or something.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Yeah. And when they did movie 4, because it was a different thing, and it was like years later, they actually called it the actual name of the town.
Right.
So I figure it was good to bring that up, because it's interesting that they tried to dub over that. And I think that's what really, led to it, was that they're trying to dub over things that you should not dub over.
Exactly.
I thought the way they handled the Japanese specific things to the cases was pretty well handled in the English dub. So it is unfortunate, because I think they kind of figured out how to do it.
Yeah.
But they didn't get enough viewers.
I heard from I don't remember if Kevin said this, and Kevin, if you're watching, you can let us know if I'm right on this or not. But I think Jerry Jewell, the voice actor for Jimmy, told him when they were recording and stuff that when he found out, I think he might have said this, but I don't think he said it to Kevin. I think I heard it from Professor C. I don't know which one, but somebody will let me know. But I believe he said that when he found out that his name was going to be Jimmy, he was like, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, I understand that.
Definitely.
Completely. I understand that.
Goku's name is still Goku. Naruto's still Naruto.
Exactly.
Like, what the heck?
Is it that hard to say Shinichi?
Mm-hmm.
Is it that hard? No, it's not. Not really.
I mean, for the most part, I think they did a pretty good job. Like Ron,
Yeah,
Rachel,
they did a pretty good
Genta,
job, yeah.
George, but then when they came to Shinichi, they're like, Jimmy, just do that.
But they picked it out of a hat.
They
It
We
had
just
to
gotta
be-
find something that sounds like it. Let's see here. Let's look in the English dictionary. Oh, Jimmy sounds nice. Let's just fucking. Perfect.
It had to be a higher up decision too. Like
Yeah.
That had to be a higher.
they wanted it to appeal more. They thought the English names would appeal more. No.
Not really. And it's kind of hard because when we were making...
What's Richard's name in the actual? Let me
Mori Kogoro.
See that's not that hard to say.
Not really, no. But like, it was kind of an issue.
Are you telling me that you can't say Ron?
Yeah.
That's what.
Ron.
Funimation,
gotta be
can
Ron.
you not say Ron? Is that why you named her Rachel? No, I'm not saying that's bad. I'm saying Ron.
And you gotta,
Ron,
you gotta
Ron.
add a
I can
little
say
bit
it.
of an accent. You gotta add a little bit of an accent, because if you don't,
I'm pretty
it
sure the
sounds...
voice actor for Rachel would have pulled it off.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like, though, if you don't add the accent, it just sounds like you're saying R-O-N. Like Ron.
Ron.
Hey,
Yeah.
Ron.
Ronald.
Ronald McDonald.
Yep.
No, but you know, that's one of the reasons. You know, there's multiple reasons why. I mean, me and Professor C have gone on this before when we had our panel. Was the low ratings, the name changes, the single DVDs that they shouldn't have done
Yeah.
back then, selling 4 episodes on one disc for $10. Are you kidding me?
That wasn't the only series.
I have one of those discs. I have The Secret Life of Jimmy Kudo, and I have Deadly Memories or whatever it's called.
Yeah. And
There's
that's
just
not the
4
only show they've
episodes.
done that with, too. I mean,
No,
it's like,
back then it
Yeah.
was like that.
it was bad.
Yeah, but that's another reason. It's like,
The marketing.
Why
was
don't
just
you-
Not
Well,
why don't
I
you
th-
just?
They did it to get you to buy the seasons, is what it probably is.
Yeah.
But still, it's like no.
I think they probably
Nobody's
realized
gonna buy
that.
10. Nobody is going to have $10 for 4 episodes when they
Yeah,
could just wait and pay $19.99 or $24.99 for 26 episodes.
Exactly.
That doesn't make any sense to me. You know, that's just wasting money instead of spending it.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of gaining money, you're spending money and you're not gaining any of it back.
Exactly.
You know, so yeah, that's another thing. It's like, why would you do something like that? But the great thing now is that there's still fans of this show, and if there weren't fans of the show, you wouldn't be listening to this right now. We would be talking about nothing.
Exactly.
We would be talking about nothing if there weren't true fans here. So the fact that there's people that want to help us dub these things that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's why we partnered together, because it doesn't make sense for two people that's doing the same thing to compete or say, oh, we're better than you.
Exactly.
No. Why would we do something like that?
Working
Yeah,
together
so-
makes everything a lot easier, a lot smoother, and you get a bigger group out of it. A lot
Yeah,
of people
exactly.
doing the same thing. So
Yeah,
helps
so
out.
now our community has gotten a lot bigger. I would like to think, and there's no disrespect to anybody else, but I like to think we have the most committed fans on the internet for this series. Because let's be fair here, we've said this. If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. The Professor C has said the same thing. You go to the Detective Conan Translation Project, or you go to the Funimation forums, or you go somewhere else like that, they're going to say, you're a fan of the sub, we don't like you.
Exactly.
You're a fan of the dub, we don't like you, we like the sub better.
Mm-hmm.
And they judge you, and then you're not welcome. Over here, you could be a fan of the sub, you could be a fan of the dub, it doesn't matter, they're the same show. Why would you split that up?
Mm-hmm.
They're not two separate things.
Yeah.
So we welcome you.
Welcome.
Clearly we welcome you. The gates are wide open. Somebody kicked them in. I don't know who did it, but somebody kicked them in, and we let everybody in. So that's what we do here. Because I'm sure there's a lot of other great communities out there, but just the main hubs of them are kind of like, why would I want to be a part of that?
Right.
Why would I want to be a part of it? Why would I want to be a part of a group that the day you start and you tell the group, hey, my name is so and so, I like the dub, and then the next comment you hear is get out or something like that. Because you don't like the sub.
Yeah, it's great, the feedback that people give, the limited feedback that we are able to get is never like, oh my god, this sucks.
Yeah.
The only place you'll find that is Kiss Anime, because they're dedicated.
Yeah, they don't like
Let's be-
change over there. I looked at
They
your
don't
fan
like-
dub, our fan dub. They're just like, what is this? This sucks. I'm like, okay.
What happened?
It
It's
obviously isn't gonna be as
Mm.
the same as
It's-
the real dub. Like they just
Yeah,
have to
they
fix
think it
that.
is. Now, the only things that are going to be real about the only things that are going to be about the real dub, as close to it as possible, is Agasa's voice and Jimmy's voice for ours.
Yeah.
And that's about it. Other than that, everything else is a fan dub.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's just point this out for everybody listening that may take this real seriously and think that we're getting paid for this, or that we're trying to act
is for
just
fun.
like.
Yeah.
This is something we are doing because we love the show and because we care about this show that much.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something that, just talking for Professor C's side of things, he wanted to do this for 3 or 4 years.
Right.
And it's finally happening.
Mm-hmm.
You guys started about a year ago.
Yeah.
So, this is something that just got started for both of us.
Mm-hmm.
Even though, Professor C wanted it longer, it took him a lot longer because he had other things going on.
Right.
But now that he's got extra help, there's no divide in there where he has to take a break and say, okay, I can't do this right now.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So, and the response has been mostly positive.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier. A lot of people like it. A lot of people, want to see more episodes and things like that. And so that's why we did this.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah,
going back
that's
to
a lot of fun.
Yeah, going back to what you said about the it's a fan project. I got this comment. I'm not gonna name names. I don't even think I remember the name. But they
Yeah, don't do that, because then we'll get.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, in general. We've gotten a few of them, actually, asking if it's a paid or unpaid project. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, if you think it's paid, we don't want
That's pretty
you.
cool.
I mean, like, that's
But
good, but, like, if you're in it for the money, then I don't think we want you on the team. Because it is a fan project, it is something that we love to do, like money's just a byproduct. Like if you're doing it
Yeah.
for the
Money
money,
would be great.
money would be great. I'm not saying like if I
Yeah.
got paid for
Now,
this,
I will
but-
get to that in a minute. I'll get to
Absolutely.
that in a minute, but you keep going. I have something to say about that. Too.
Yeah, like once again, money would be great, but if we enjoy doing it and people love what we do, then we just got to keep doing it, and maybe some opportunity down the road would come along. But I don't
Yeah,
know.
I mean, I hear the comment as a compliment for sure. But yeah, people hopefully don't get the wrong idea
mhm.
as well.
And we want to clear that up for people who don't know. We're not doing this for money.
Yeah, very
Now,
fan base.
me and Professor C talked the other day about potentially like doing Patreon or something like that.
yeah, maybe
where-
along the lines, yeah, we can do that down the road.
Sometime in the future, like have our own T-shirts with the
Mhm.
silver bullet balls on it and stuff like that, because it's not their logo, it's ours.
Mhm.
We made it,
Very
and
true.
things like that, and do like special giveaways for patrons and stuff, which I think would be a cool idea. That'd be something different. It wouldn't be funding the show; it'd be funding the shirts and the panels and you know, the equipment we need,
Mhm.
we're using,
Mhm.
and things like that. It's not the
Exactly.
show,
Yep.
Right.
because we're not getting paid for the show. We can't do that, or we'll go to jail.
Right.
Yeah. Unless you're Team 4-Star. I
Yeah,
mean,
somehow they got around
it-
that. I don't even know.
it's only because of Patreon, and that also what's Fuji TV. They are really lax, I guess, because they realize how good of a job they're doing,
right.
Yeah,
Then
and
on
it
the
draws
other
more
hand-
fans to the show.
Yeah. On the other hand, through TMS, if they see like a glimpse of their content, no matter how good or how well done it is, they're just like, nope, that's ours. You can't do anything with it. It's just like,
yeah, which is why I'm surprised you guys are still on YouTube,
me too.
because
Because
we got flagged.
yeah, when
a bunch.
I heard you guys got taken down, I was actually pretty shocked because we took the advice from you on what to do.
We got taken down, and it wasn't from TMS. We got
Right,
taken down by somebody else, and we don't know who. But somebody flagged us and took us down, and now we're done with YouTube
Mhm.
here.
Right.
Gotcha.
I think
YouTube, and we're done with Dailymotion because they took us off Dailymotion too.
I think it was either you or Jimmy when I think one of you sent a screenshot of who did it. I actually looked it up, and it was a copyright. It was like a, what would you say, like I guess like a group of people who actually look out for copyrighted content. Like it's
Really?
not, yeah, it wasn't some like mainstream thing like, oh, this is my content. They were looking out for other people's content, which I guess
Like
is good and bad.
contracted
Yeah,
video watchers.
exactly.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and I'm like,
I did not know they had those, but I guess they have those. So oh well. But you know, we got Facebook. We got our main central hub, which is our Facebook page.
Right.
So, which is at the bottom of the screen. If you haven't seen it yet, all the links are at the bottom of the screen. I have the links to Infinity stuff on the bottom of the description also. So you can go check it.
Thank you.
But shameless plug, I know. But
That's
you know,
okay, we can take it.
yeah, I know. but you know, we're still on Facebook. So most of our Kiss Anime, even though we've gotten those comments from people that say we're promoting piracy, which I've explained, we're not doing that. Kiss Anime.
They're not coming over here anyway. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
exactly.
Kiss Anime's been good to us. You know, they do what they do. We do what we do.
hmm
It's a thing. We don't promote it. We don't want to promote it. We never have promoted it, so don't get the wrong ideas, people. Saying. Just saying. But that's what's going on with the YouTube thing. I think we've already discussed that in a past podcast that we're done with YouTube. We're done with Dailymotion because we can't stay on there long enough for people. We had a good run. We had about 3,000 views on our episodes, which was really great.
Pretty good,
Uh,
actually. Very
great.
nice.
Yeah, it was really great. The support we got was amazing. Had a bunch of comments. Now apparently the copyright is over in October. I don't know if that means that we get our videos back or what. Probably not.
Interesting.
Probably not, no. But, I mean, well, it might be a cool idea if you can post a video long enough. Maybe you can post like a preview to the episode on the YouTube.
Well, yeah, that's what I told him, and he said that wouldn't be an issue. It's just the full episodes is the real issue.
Right.
Because that clip of the last episode we posted is still up there.
Right, so if you're
still
safe
on
with
the
doing
channel.
that, then I think you might as well keep that going. At least, like, tell people on the YouTube platform that you are still doing it. So,
Yeah, for those people who subscribed.
Right.
But you know, it's really challenging.
Definitely
to
not
have
easy.
something like that. Especially when you had that momentum going, and then all of a sudden, I mean, I'm looking at the page right now, and there's still a lot of the comments are still there
Right.
from the episodes that people saw,
Mm-hmm.
and so I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely weird. I don't know, the whole copyright thing, just in general, very screwed up. It's just,
Yeah, I wish it.
I mean, so I'm gonna hope and pray that they don't come after us. I mean, if they do, we're probably gonna have to take the same route as you guys did, but I'm just gonna like knock on wood here that we're safe for now. But-
Seems like how many, like, do you still get taken down when you post something with the the smaller video?
No, actually, we haven't gotten anything with the smaller video. Well, actually, in the beginning, yes, we did, but we made it so it had a moving background, which I actually
Right.
took advice from you, D-Wall, and that seemed to have worked. But
Interesting.
Yeah, that makes me feel like we're kind of like dodging a bullet here, like how it's still
Yeah.
not completely safe. If like someone manually goes through and they're like, wait a minute, this isn't their content, then we're kind of screwed
Right.
over for. But even even editing like the abridged and stuff, it's just always in the back of our minds. We're like, we have to make sure we're not using a longer than 15-second clip, because that seems to be working. With the episode 3, we were actually for the abridged. We were copyrighted because of this one period of time where we were using most of the episode, and it was like a minute long. So we shaved it down to like less than 15 seconds. We either like reversed the clips or edit it in some way where it wasn't the original. That seemed to have
Gotcha.
worked.
It didn't catch in their algorithm.
Yeah, and same thing with like episode 5 of the abridged. It got taken down for like a little while. We're actually in the middle of a dispute now with it, but luckily it's still up. I've edited the video in multiple spots to make it like not the same, and it's been working so far. So I'm praying that we're safe on that part. But we just have to always be very careful with how much of their content we're using and how we're using it. Yeah, it's just part of the thing, you know.
Right.
Yeah, I kind of wish YouTube wasn't that way.
Yeah.
And like especially now, like now's like the worst time with like the copyright issues left and right.
Mhm.
But I mean that's mostly demonetizing, but once again we don't get money from this, so it's
And people can either stop or they can keep trying to do what they want to do, and that's what we're doing.
yeah, we're pushing through. We're not letting anyone stop us. We're actually pushing through as fast as like we had before. Like we have episodes already like stockpiled up. I mean, this is going to be the first announced publicly. We're already starting on the second half and the finale of Season 1 for Desperate Revival. We've already casted people for that. We've already started up in production for that. A lot of episodes are in production at once, and it's hard, but I feel
Yeah,
like
work.
it does work. I feel it works, especially when you have a schedule. I feel like that's like a key. Just always be organized. Just
Oh, yeah.
know your schedule.
It's also another thing to not overdo it.
Yeah, we're very careful
Not
because
ask, and not ask too much from people.
Mhm.
Because
yeah,
that
because
can-
yeah, I can understand it's like very overwhelming. people are like getting confused. Like we're always getting emails because we've been trying different things with our voice actors, trying different like contacting systems, and people are getting confusing on which episodes they're needed for. So that's definitely the most stressful part of this whole thing. Yeah, we can't overdo it because they're the ones who are making the show. We can't push them too hard, and we can't treat them unfairly either. We have to give them breaks.
Yeah.
We have to, you know, they're people too. they have
And
lives
sometimes-
and stuff.
Sometimes the load is just heavy, and some people can't. They don't have the time. Like,
Are you talking about yourself?
yeah, I am. I've got like 67
It's
lines.
got 67 lines for...
And for one of the episodes, just one of them, and I gotta set that up for recording, either do some work on that tonight and tomorrow so that I can record on Tuesday, try to get it all done. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but it's fun either way.
Yeah.
I
That's the
just
same
need to
thing
find the
with,
time to record.
Mhm. And everyone's
That's-
like super nice about it. Everyone's like, even like as soon as I give them a bunch of lines, I'm like, I know it's a lot, but you have a few weeks to do it, so it's okay. And they're like, no problem, I got time, and I'm like, good. Like I
Well, that's
love
the
to
thing
feel
with
that.
this community is like they're not that kind of community where it's like you give them something to do and they're like no,
Exactly.
or they give them something to do. It's like I'll do it when I feel like it. It's like
Everything's
they would-
very
they-
connected. Everyone's on board, and I think that's key. That's definitely
Yeah.
key for something like this. You need communication. You need everyone to be on board. You need everyone to talk to each other, and then that's how you get the stuff done.
the only thing I would say is that try to keep with one contact.
Definitely.
Like we only do it through email, and if we have to, Skype,
Yeah.
but mostly email.
Same with us,
because
like Bastion, and D-Wall, you're like one of like the very few people that we have on Skype. Most people we talk to are through email. So
and then
And
you know that's the thing that will keep people from being confused. Like, you know, go for one thing to another, and people are like, okay, this is getting too confusing. Why am I still doing this?
exactly.
And what kind of stuff you're doing for the show. I mean, I don't know about if there's anybody else, correct me if I'm wrong, but I have a little bit more input on the show than the other voice actors do, as far as the abridged goes.
Right, yeah, we've had him revise scripts before. We actually, like, Bastion, you're one of the few people we've actually gotten to know, like, voice actor-wise.
Right.
Yeah, no, you've been there, actually, pretty much since the beginning.
Yeah.
And although this technically still is the beginning, you've been a huge help throughout, and I want to say thank
That's
you.
all I want to be.
I want to say thank you.
You're welcome.
And you know, and the thing is, they're two different things. Like us and you guys. I write my scripts different than you guys do.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's like that. I can tell.
hmm
Well, we don't. I think you guys use the honorifics. We don't. I don't know if you do. I think I heard
Right.
it once or twice in the last episodes.
Um,
We took a vote. What we did, we took a vote, and we decided: are we going to use the honorifics or no? Are we going to use the English names for the main characters or not? And they decided no honorifics and use the English names for the main characters. And I'm like, okay.
Mhm.
right.
And that's
A lot
what
of
I.
English fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, and that's the thing. It's like it wouldn't have mattered to us. We would have used the English names or the Japanese names, either way, depending on how. But we decided that since this is a fan dub, the fans should have a say in how this goes.
hmm
And-
So,
That's a good point.
so that's what we did. We said, hey, what do you guys want to see? How would you guys want to see this happen? Do you want to use the English names or not, the honorifics or not? And you know, even now we're having a poll. If you guys don't know who's watching, we have a poll up right now on our Facebook page of which movie you would like to see us dub in the future, and that's gaining some traction. We still need some more votes. You can vote every day. You can vote every day. So
Nice.
you can vote as many times as you want to, once a day, every day, however long we do the vote for. We don't know when we're going to do it anyway, so it may stay up for the rest of the year. I don't know, but that's another thing we're doing too. And once we know officially about that, then you guys will be the first to know. But it's just like, I feel personally that if this is a fan dub, then the fans should get involved more in terms of what they would like to see.
Mhm.
That's actually something that we don't really do. Actually, we don't like, we do communicate with our fans via like comments and stuff. Like, I try my best to reply to every single comment that I see, but we haven't really asked them their opinion on stuff. Like, we obviously take the feedback that they say, we appreciate that, but we haven't actually asked them if they wanted to see something, and I feel like
Well, now's a good time. So in the comments, if you guys have been watching Infinity Productions stuff, let us know. Let them know. They'll be in the comments too, I'm sure. Let them know what you guys want to see.
Yeah,
from the Black
we
Box.
definitely need it.
Because this is about you guys.
Mhm.
This is about you guys. It's not just us doing it. It's not just us getting the voice actors and doing the scripts and editing and all this stuff. It's about what you guys want to see. So let them know what you guys want to see, and they'll do their best to do that for you. So
Thank you.
they deserve it. Go do that for them.
Thank you. Thank
They
you.
need it.
And,
But,
just touching, if I can interrupt for just a second, I wanted to touch back on, the fans, fans of the show, they're not going to say no to, doing something for the show like what we're doing.
Right.
When I first, I was just browsing YouTube, I was like, I want to get involved with the voice acting thing, so, I wanted to start, I remember now, I wanted to start my own series, my Abridged series, but I wanted to see what else was out there, and I found, a couple of pretty good ones, but then I saw your guys's, and you had the auditions up, and I was like, dude, maybe I can actually get into this, and, be able to do that, and it was like all I wanted to do, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
I was just really excited to be a part of it, and I think that's where the excitement comes from, is just wanting to be a part of it.
Speaking of that, I'm going to try and have, I know I keep saying this, I keep telling Professor C this, but I'm going to try and have the auditions that we have gotten up on the channel here soon, probably this week sometime.
Right, because I've seen you uploaded, right, to YouTube, and I guess
Yeah,
like,
we
the
uploaded,
people vote to see who they want.
yeah, you guys uploaded Professor C uploaded a few auditions way back, but now I'm going to find the latest ones and upload them and see what people think.
That's
So,
Yeah, we've also touched on like voice actors and stuff. I guess this is like the, I wouldn't say business, but this is like the hard part of it, that we're always getting new auditions, and there's a cricket outside my door.
yeah, I heard that. I'm like, well, that
I am sorry about that, because I'm in
there's something.
I'm in
That
a
cricket.
I'm in like the back of a garage, and I'm not gonna lie, kind of scared to open the door. I don't want.
Well, you're in there by yourself, and it's probably dark out, and you're the only one in there. So yeah.
Maybe if I like kick the door to go away. Alright, stop.
Hey.
There you go.
I heard it like clicking up against the door too.
Yeah,
Anyway,
see, I had to do that. I had a cricket in my kitchen once, and
Oh.
it kept chirping and chirping and chirping, and then now it just stopped. I think it left.
yeah, no, if it
I
happens
think
again,
it
I'm gonna have to kill it. Anyway, as I was saying, the hard part about this is that we're always getting new auditions, and they're always for people that we have already casted for. Like we're actually getting auditions for Conan still, and I'm like,
We're doing that. We got 1 or 2 auditions for Conan too.
yeah,
And it's like we already have a Conan.
Right.
yeah.
We're not getting rid of our Conan unless something happens where we have to replace it.
Right.
But
Right.
we have a great Conan right now, and he's doing great work, and he's always there for us.
Mhm.
So, yeah, no.
Yeah, but then, yeah, but also a big piece of it, since he's like always there, a big part of it is reliability. Like, if you can contact someone, how fast are they going to reply to you? How are they going to get this job done? And I want to say thanks to you and Jimmy K for giving me Garrick. He, and also Adam, they are
Oh yeah,
very,
Adam's really good.
very responsive. Like, as soon as I give them a job to do. Like within the same hour, they're like, all right, on it. I'll give it to you as soon as possible. And I'm like, that's good. And they do a great job doing it. But some people aren't always like that. People take like weeks to contact, and I'm like, that makes us it gets us a little stressful.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, you have to at least give a timeline if you're gonna say something like that, right?
Yeah.
And here's the thing, like, we get, before anybody gets any funny stuff and they're like, oh, well, you don't understand. Here's the thing. We understand people have lives. We understand people have things going on. We're not here to say that we don't understand it. The thing is, if you're doing this fan dub, we just ask very politely, very nicely to let us know what's going on. It does not take, it takes, 2-3 minutes to send a quick little email saying, hey, this is going on. I'll get it to you as soon as I can, and then we'll understand. And we don't have to spam you with 15 emails asking you the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
We won't do that anyway, but, there's some people out there who will think that we're going to do that. We don't do that.
Right.
But if you just communicate with us, let us know what's going on, we'll be understanding of that. And we'll understand, hey, this such and such is going on. If you can't do it, then we'll get somebody else until you can come back and do this other part, and it'll be fine.
Right.
But it's just, if you're going to do this, make sure that you can the main 100% thing we need is communication.
Definitely.
And commitment.
That's the main goal here, is to be able to communicate with us. Let us know what's going on. Let us know if you're busy. Let us know if you have a big project going on and you can't do it. Let us know. That's all we do.
Yeah.
It's not complicated. We're not asking you to jump through 50 hoops and then through a ring of fire to get us your audition. Just tell us, hey, I can't do this because of this and this. I have this and this going on. I have college going on. I'll get it to you as soon as I can. Something like that. And just say, hey, we can't do it. And if you just really can't do it, just say you can't do it. And you can still support us by liking the episodes we do, by subscribing to the channels, to the Facebook pages, the forums, the MixLRs, all the platforms we have. If you can't support us with the fan dub, you can support us through that. And if we do have a Patreon in the future, we can do it that way too. Either way, there's plenty of ways for you guys to help us and support us and say thank you for taking the time out to do this for us.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what we're doing. We're taking time out of what we do to provide something fun for you guys, and it's fun for us too.
Yeah, it's like, I don't think, obviously we're not Funimation
Yeah.
or something like that, but
if we were Funimation, we would quit after 100. We would stop after 130 episodes. We'd sell
Right.
single release DVDs, and we'd have some bad Japanese translations.
Right, and we're not flakes either, so in the sense, like, yeah, just communicate. Just communicate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we're asking nice, just to let you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely.
So, that's the main thing, is just communicate with us, let us know what's going on, and then we'll go from there.
Mm-hmm.
We've had some great people in the last couple of weeks email us and let us know what's going on and things like that. So that's great.
Mm-hmm.
We had one person, a new person that's here. We got her a tryout, and she got back to us really quick on our Facebook page, and she got us. I got the script to her, and the next day she had her lines.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
She's got time.
Yeah, I mean, so and you'll be hearing her audition at the when I do the video. I'm actually getting to work on that now, as a matter of fact, while I'm doing this. I got 2 screens I can do.
Right.
But,
yeah. Always good to have.
But I know, I'm glad I got a sec. I've been waiting for a second. Side story for people. I've been waiting on a second screen for like a year.
Mm-hmm.
I finally got another one, and I'm like, that's been so much better.
Oh yeah.
So much better.
Definitely.
But,
some things are way harder without a second screen. Like streaming, yeah, you need a second
streaming, like
editing.
What I do, like me doing like I do Let's Play videos and stuff like that, so that's easier. Which, by the way, I'm leaving that in the description too, because I need subscribers. No, I'm not desperate. It's just that like I would love for people to see the other side of what I do besides this.
Right.
You know,
Of course.
so because I put just as much time into that as I do into this.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, and the link is probably flashing along the screen right now. So, but yeah, she got hers in real quick, and that's going to be up with the videos. I have a few other, I can find a few other of the auditions and put those out.
Mm-hmm.
So it may just be hers if I can't find any other ones from more recently.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, it's good to have people that are very reliable, that are
Mhm.
very dedicated, that
Definitely.
want to do this, because that's what's important. If you don't want to do it, don't do it.
Exactly.
If you know you don't want to do it, don't do it. If you
If-
say
yeah.
I want to do it, but then in the end you don't want to do it, don't do it. Don't
If
even
you send
bother
an
you.
audition, then yeah, we assume there's want to do it.
Yeah,
Exactly, yeah.
if you send in an audition, then we automatically assume, hey, you want to do it. But then if you don't want to do it, tell us you don't want to do it. If you
Exactly.
can't do it, please tell us you can't do it. That's all there is to it.
It'll speed things up. You'll get
Definitely.
the episodes faster.
Yeah, and that's the thing that we keep telling people when they keep asking us, when's the next episode? The next episode will happen when we get enough people to do the next episode. These
Mhm.
episodes are hard.
Definitely.
These episodes are really difficult because it's not just the main cast. It's the
Yeah.
extras. It's the suspects. It's the extra police officers. It's
Yep.
the extra people that are talking on the street.
Mhm.
You know, people like that. You know, there's always going to be a need for people.
Definitely.
And, you know, and that's the thing. Like, if, like, I said this a long time ago on the, it wasn't really that long ago. I think it was on the 37th, 38th podcast, I believe, when I went on that long rant about true fans of the series,
Mhm.
which I think you guys saw that. I don't know.
I believe I saw.
But when I talked about true fans of the series and things like that, which I don't know why I went off on that, but I did because I felt like it was the 38th one, I think.
Mhm.
When I went off on that, because it's true. If you're a true fan, a true dedicated fan of the series, why would you not take up this opportunity?
Right.
Because let's be fair, if you're sitting back, close your eyes and think about this. 12 years ago, you started watching Case Closed, and you wondered to yourself, I wish I could be in their shoes. And now, 12 years later, there's an opportunity for you to be in somebody's shoes, and you're not taking it. You know, think about that for a
Mhm.
second. You know, I would love to be in Conan's shoes. I'd love to be in Harley's shoes or in Kaido Kid's shoes. You know, I'd
Mhm.
love that. But, you know, even if you're just an extra, just to have the opportunity to hear your voice in the series that you love so much, that's something to me.
Absolutely.
I don't know about you,
Definitely.
Pete. I don't know about you guys listening, but to me, if I heard my voice in my favorite show of all time, I would be smiling from ear to ear,
Mhm.
even
It's
if it was
magic,
just one line.
It's magic to me, just like getting to hear my own performance edited by somebody else who took the time to do all that shit, and all I have to do is record voices.
Yeah, so
I mean-
it's like, you know, obviously, you know, hey, I'm more than happy to do it.
Mhm.
So, you know, and that's just it. It's like we're not trying to be mean or rude or anything like that. It's just we're seeing it through our eyes. Is that if we had an opportunity to be in this dub, even if it's just a fan dub, I would take it.
Definitely, I would jump in on
I
it.
would take that. I would jump on that at any time because that's something that doesn't come around often. And last time I checked, we're the only ones doing it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you get so many auditions.
We're the only ones that are dubbing full episodes of this show,
Right.
that are fan dubbing it. You know, I don't
Mhm.
see anybody else doing it. And if they're doing it, it's only little clips.
Yeah, that's all I've seen.
That's all I've seen too, are clips.
Mhm.
We do the full episodes. We are, you know, I was thinking, actually, and I think put this out to you. What if we both do a movie together?
Yeah, I'd be
The
totally
Silver
down
Bullet
for that.
Files and Infinity Productions put a movie together, because that way we don't have to do two different movies. We can do one.
Exactly.
Because
Unless we
Well,
a
can,
it'd come out
movie is
faster.
that's like three episodes in one right there. That's
Mhm.
a lot of work.
you know, what we probably could
So-
do is, since we were gonna dub movie, what was it? The first black organization.
13?
13, yeah, right.
13.
Unless we can start doing that, and then this is like how we work at Infinity Productions. We start things months before it's even supposed to be released. Like, I'm bringing this back to our whole episode schedule thing. We have done all of these episodes like 3 months before. Like the whole Eye special, those 3 episodes, it was such a relief off of our back once we stopped that, because the people who see it on YouTube, they're like, oh yeah, it's only like a 4-week period. For us, that's like 3 months worked into it. So
It's
like,
a lot of work.
it's a lot of work. We've been seeing it so much, but that's how you have to do it. That's how you have to start projects super early. Like, I'm gonna go out on a whim. We've already been putting in OSTs for Head to Head. Like, we've already started with that. That's how far back in production we are. And if we do a movie the same exact way, I'm not saying any like announcements here, but a very
Yeah, we're
likely
not.
chance-
Don't get any ideas,
Don't get
people.
any
We're
ideas,
not
but-
starting a movie yet.
uh,
That's probably next year, if anything.
mhm. But
But,
very likely
you
it
know.
would be, we would probably start production very far back, and then so we're not cramming when we want the movie to be out. So it's like we start way back when, months before, and then once it's ready, it's finally released. That's how I think.
Yeah, and
we
the
should
other
do
thing
it.
is that, that comes with script writing and things, because, like I said, I write my scripts different than other people.
Right.
And the thing is, if I wrote a script, I would want them to write the script the way I write the script, because it would be, it'd be confusing, because you'd have one person writing the script this way and you have another person writing the script this way, and then you hear it together and it just doesn't sound right. And then, you have a formula that works, and why would you go away from that?
Yeah, one thing I can relate to that, because I worked on Legend of Dragoon speedrun. It was an old PlayStation 1 RPG. I ended up writing like a 40-page somewhat guide to how to speedrun the game my way, but written my way too. So I had to change some things so that it would at least be readable to people other than myself.
Right.
Which is, yeah, there's that issue, and that's how I relate to that, for sure, because I saw other people's notes and, the way they write things out, and I was like, wow, that's different,
Mhm.
And sometimes you can learn from that, and sometimes you're like, I do it better.
All right.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't think I do it better than somebody else, but it's like, I would like it if they followed the formula that I did.
Right. Well, that's what and it's in your process. You're good to go. So
Yeah.
if somebody meshes in with that easy, it's just easier.
Mhm.
Yeah. And the other thing is, like, with that, going back to the poll that I made, all the movies are up there except for the one that we're not naming on this podcast. We're not going to talk about it, because that never happened. That movie never happened. It never existed. It's on the forums and stuff, but it never happened. We all know what I'm talking about. We all know the movie I'm talking about. We're not gonna discuss that. But all the other movies, all the good ones, are actually there though. So, go vote on them.
Hey, we could go make that movie good, whatever that movie is.
Definitely.
Oh, you mean the movie after 10? After 10 and before 12. That never happened.
I'm gonna be honest. I despise movie 7. I probably worse than
Why?
you. I don't know. I just didn't like the story behind it. I thought it was just a waste of time. I don't know. I just didn't like it. Something about it just pisses me off. I don't
If you end
know.
up doing movie 7, you're going to be very upset.
I'm gonna be mad. I'm
If,
gonna be like, you
if
know
that
what?
ends up winning the poll, you're going to be very upset.
Be like, you know what? Save case closed. I think we're done with this partnership. That's a
I'm
joke.
gonna go do movie 11.
I'm gonna
Oh,
go
wait.
do
not
movie
gonna- he's
11
not
if you don't mind.
Yeah, and then everybody's going to rage at you. They're like, you're doing the worst movie in the entire series just because you don't like this one.
Alright.
Well, alright then.
Well, it's getting a little late over here,
You go-
so I'm probably gonna kinda get off
Sam, I
now.
gotta eat.
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
well, I guess we'll end it. We'll end it from there. But thank you guys for coming on to the show.
No problem.
Uh,
Thanks
really
for having
appreciate
pretty
it.
fun.
Yeah, this is a shorter podcast than the last My Own Table we did. Last one was like 2 hours or something like that.
Yeah. Nah, it's like 9:40ish. I gotta do homework and stuff. You know, fun.
I gotta
stuff.
eat dinner.
Yeah.
I'm on the
So,
West Coast. It's dinner time.
Oh,
Guys, thank you guys so much for listening. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button. As always, we will be here. Leave your comments down below for myself and Infinity Productions as well. Let's get this podcast. Share it with your friends. Also, get both of our communities out there. I mean, we're all part of the same community. I'd like to think so.
totally.
Get our names out there. All the links to everything is down in the description and on the screen. So let us know what you think of the show. Let us know what you thought of the podcast and everything that we talked about. And I'm going to try and do a table something. But look out for the audition video coming up in probably this week if I don't have other things going on. And you'll hear some new voices. So thank you guys. Again, thank you guys for joining me.
No problem.
Thank you guys for listening. And I will talk to you guys again on the next episode of the Case Closed podcast.
Thanks a lot.